because we do have a great show in store for you today. We have Chef Sevilla from Frisco, Texas. She is a very talented young lady and one of the most sought-after chefs in Dallas. She is chef and owner of Sevilla Savory Solutions. Welcome, Chef Sevilla.
Welcome.
Hi, how are you guys?
We are fine. How are you?
Great.
Well, doing wonderful. Wonderful. I'm excited to join you guys.
Thank you for joining us, helping us take over the show.
Yeah, so I know this is Vanessa, and is this Jerry?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Great.
And the host isn't here today. It's Jerry and I. We're taking over the show. We're going to rename the show and everything, okay? So this is Ladies in the Lounge, not Southern Passion Lounge, it's Ladies in the Lounge. And so we're going to be doing our thing.
We're going to do our thing, which is food. We like talking food.
And today we have food and wine, so we are going to be talking a lot of wonderful things. So how are you today?
I'm good. I'm actually, I'm a personal chef, so I just left a client. So,
oh wow!
I'm good. I'm great. I'm done for the day.
And you're calling from Texas, right?
I'm from Dallas.
And so you are the United States Personal Chef Association president?
Yes, that is correct. I'm the president of the chapter here.
Okay, and so when you do that, what does that entail? What all do you do, or if somebody were to join the Personal Chef Association, what would you do?
Well, I help to mentor them in the personal chef business, and they can tag along and come and see what it's all about. And we also, our chapter is more like maybe a networking type thing. We help each other out, with finding clients and just we swap recipes. It's awesome. We have an awesome chapter.
Okay,
that sounds awesome.
I hear that you're like one of the most sought after chefs in the Dallas Metroplex area.
Well,
I know that must be amazing.
They keep me busy. I'm pretty busy. I've gotten to where I'm being contacted, to do things that I can't do. So then I just pass it off to the people in our chapter, which is great.
Oh, well, that's good. That is wonderful. What is your cuisine? What is your specialty?
Well, I don't have a specialty. That's, I think, what's unique with me is that, I can do just about anything. I can do some Mediterranean. I can do Italian, Mexican, Cajun Creole, which I grew up on. But I can do it all. Thai, Chinese, a little bit of everything. So there's not really a specialty.
Well, that is absolutely wonderful. And you teach classes as well?
I sure do. When I have time. I've been doing this for like 10 years. And in my beginning years, I taught a lot of cooking classes, but I don't have that much time to do them now. I wish I did because they're so much fun.
So what are some of the craziest classes that you taught? I mean, what do you run into the most?
Actually, I get a lot of requests for sauce, to do sauces, how to do a sauce, just to make, your basic bechamel or things like that. And because of the Cajun Creole, I do get a lot of requests for like some gumbos and etouffees and things like that. So teaching how to do a roux, which is easy for me but not for some. Yeah, I do get a lot of calls for the Cajun Creole cuisine. I know, have you guys ever heard of boudin?
Yes, it is a wonderful, delicious sausage that I wish we can get here in California. I'm also from New Orleans area and grew up on that, and I absolutely love it, but it's hard to find.
Yeah, that's right. So I can make it.
Oh, yeah. We could make it, but that's just no fun.
Well, see, for me, I love doing it.
It tastes so much better when someone makes it for you, to me, when the right person makes it for you.
And then, if we go to restaurants, like around here, you'll go to a restaurant and order it, and it's not what we're used to from Louisiana, right?
No, but when you're in New Orleans, when I've gone and you go to somebody's grandmama house, yes, and I said grandmama house. Their grandmothers. When you go to grandmama house, grandma will be doing it right, and it is like, oh my God, they don't spare anything. They give it all to you. And so, I mean, God, it is just absolutely wonderful. And I've had it at somebody's grandmama house before. So, and that is,
so yeah, you've had the real thing.
Right. Yeah, and so I'm sure you do it like grandmama. So.
Yeah, I do, because it's so funny you say that, because I was taught by my grandmother how to do it. And I mean, using, like right now we have the sausage stuffers that, we can stuff it with the actual mechanical machine. But back then, let me see if I can describe this, if you guys can catch what I'm saying. Okay, remember way back then they used to sell like the plastic fruit, like a plastic apple or plastic banana. Well, my grandmother cut up that plastic banana, and she used that middle part of the plastic banana, and that's what she put run her casing down through that. And that's how she would stuff her boudin, with that little piece of plastic banana.
That's genius.
That's how I was taught how to make it. Yep.
That's what I love about people in the South, because the ingenuity that comes from there is just, it's genius.
I love it. I miss her, but yeah, she taught me lots.
Absolutely, from the heart. And they did it from the heart, and they made it happen.
They sure did.
So, like in your cooking classes, has there been anybody that you've ever ran into that just really couldn't boil water? I mean, I don't understand the term "can't boil water," but have you ever ran into that?
Yeah, well, like just to saute, I wouldn't say boil water, but like just to saute an onion, they didn't even really get the concept of sauteing an onion, and maybe something like that, and doing rice, like boiling rice. Like I was taught to, do it on the stove in a saucepan. That now I just throw it in a rice cooker, but to do it in a saucepan, on top of the stove, teaching them, how to do that, which is, it's not the easiest thing. So it's just the basic, real basic type things, those little classes like that. I used to teach at the at Williams-Sonoma. You guys know the kitchen store, Williams-Sonoma. I used to teach students cooking classes there also. Well, that's not just the basics. They had us teaching these little French cuisine, fancy, sauces and things like that. So those are fun too. A lot of times they would say, give me the cooking class and say, okay, this is what you're going to teach. And I had never done it before, ever. So, it was almost like learning it along with them.
I bet that was fun. But see, when you're already a chef and you know a lot of different things, a lot of things that you can catch on really fast. It's when somebody doesn't know how to cook that it would be a problem for them to catch on. But I have ran into that. So I ran into people that really couldn't cook. I've always tried to be interesting to even teach a class. I've never taught a class before, but I've, taught people how to cook and show people how to do. And I surprised myself because I actually have more patience than what I thought I would.
My great-grandmother had taught me how to cook everything, and I was going out into the garden and cooking food fresh out of the ground.
It's a lot different because I was 8 frying chicken. You think about that now. It's like child abuse now. You wouldn't imagine that now for a big pot of grease frying chicken. But I was 8 years old frying chicken. My mom, she didn't play. We were cooking it in the garden, picking greens, clean them and cooking, cleaning chitlins and picking all our vegetables and everything from the garden. It wasn't no joke back in the day when we were taught at a very young age, and it wasn't no big thing, 10 years old cooking dinner for the family, and you bet not mess it up.
Okay, exactly. Yeah, we started early because not like with me, both my parents worked, so I was the oldest, and so I was in there, getting, frying an egg or, making rice and things like that for, my younger siblings. So, yeah, and I was not afraid, and I'm teaching my daughter the same thing. She's awesome. She's, she'll be 16 next month, but she can do just about anything I can do now. She's great.
Especially with girls. You do, not being sexist or anything, but my daughter, she is 21 now, and she can cook her little butt off. She does like a lot of Asian influence meals, but she can cook. And my son, he is 29, and he can burn himself. So they can both do their thing in the kitchen.
I have to brag, too, because I have 3 sons, and all 3 of them can cook pretty damn well. And I mean, they're making sauces. They're always in the kitchen experimenting. And I am pretty proud to say I have 3 young men. My oldest is 21, about to turn 21. I have a 18-year-old and a 16-year-old. And to have 3 young men that, are self-sufficient and they can cook for anyone, it's a pretty great feeling.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing.
It really is.
It really is. Yeah.
And then for them to like it.
Yeah. The other day, he called, my oldest called me, and he's like, hey, Mom, I'm making steak with chimichurri sauce. You want to come by? I'm like,
oh, wow.
If I was not at work, yes, I would come by.
Okay, me too. In fact, bring me a plate.
Bring me a plate. And they're really cool. If they don't know how to make something, they'll text me and go, hey, what's the recipe to such and such?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
That's awesome. So are you guys, I'm sure, just like here, starting to book for the holidays, starting to get calls for holidays?
So what about yourself? Are you...
Yes, I am. It's for the past 2 weeks I've been getting calls for, holiday dinners and helping with Thanksgiving, and I do a lot of, helping clients with preparing mostly like side dishes for Thanksgiving. The majority of them kind of like doing their turkeys and their hams and things like that, but I'll help with sides.
Yeah, Chef, are you a baker as well?
What was that again?
I was asking, are you a baker as well, or do you just like to do savory things?
Yeah. No, I love to bake. Absolutely love to bake. I love the southern favorites, the sweet potato pie and the pecan pies and things like that. But I have a client who was, he's asking me to make some pumpkin pies, which, I can do pumpkin pies. And I said, have you ever thought about a sweet potato pie? No, I've never had it. I don't think I'd like it. I said, oh, no. I have to make you a sweet potato pie. So we're going to do sweet potato pies. Right.
Oh, yeah, they're going to love it. My daughter does all of my holiday baking. I mean, she's actually a wonderful baker, so I have her doing all that. I'm not a real baker. I can do sweet potato pie and an amazing peach cobbler, but that's all I like to do. But my daughter, she's like an amazing baker, and so she does all of our holiday pies. And a lot of times she'll do them if I have a job that I need to do those on for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's nice.
So are there any special requests that you're having for the holidays?
I do have 3 clients that they've booked me last year that I've done their Christmas parties for the past maybe 5 years or so. So I'm already booked with them, and we have our menus already made out. But the funny part about it, they don't even change the menu. They want to have the same thing.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, and it's because they never have it during the year. So when when Sevilla comes in, it's basically lobster, or maybe a lobster bisque, a filet mignon, something like that. With some. Now we'll change up the sides. We'll change up the side dishes. So we haven't gotten those planned up yet. But basically, some type of maybe a fish, a real nice sea bass or something like that. I have one client that we do sea bass, and I kind of change it up a little bit, try to change it up a little bit on how I prepare it. But and then I have another one that loves swordfish, and so we'll do a swordfish. I'll do a topping with maybe some sliced almonds and red onions and raisins, and with a little balsamic drizzle on top or something like that. Just something a little bit different, not just the basic, just bake the swordfish or type thing.
Right.
But yeah, it's fun. I enjoy what I do. I really do, or I wouldn't be doing it. I just had the opportunity, about 10 years ago to do this as a business, because I used to be in sales. I was in sales for 17 years before doing this, and had the opportunity to leave that and start researching on the cooking, something to do in the cooking, and never wanted to work in a restaurant. So I found out about this, the actual personal chef. We would always hear Oprah Winfrey was, had a personal chef. And so it was like, well, what is that exactly? So, looked it up and went through the Culinary Business Academy and attended their courses and signed up with the United States Personal Chef Association, and they kind of got us started. They're a wonderful organization to be with, because they help you with your website and They have a thing called HireAChef.com where they hook you up with them, and so they can find you on the website. So we get a lot of assistance through the United States Personal Chef Association, helping build our business. So it's great. It's a great organization. I love them. And we have a conference every year. We actually just had our conference in Orlando, and Chef Amadeus was there. So that was fun. We have lots of fun. A lot of teaching. Different people, local people, will come in and teach on whatever's hot. Type thing. We actually had someone come in and they taught us African cuisine, which was awesome. But ladies, I'm going to have to probably leave you guys here.
Okay, well, we want to thank you for coming on the show, and we're actually going to take a break right now. But thank you so much to Sevilla for coming. And how can our listeners get a hold of you?
I have a website. It's www.chefsevilla, and Sevilla is spelled S like Sam, E, V like Victor, ILLA.com.
And can they follow you on Twitter?
Yes, they can. Follow me on Twitter at S like Sam, RILEY 24. That's S Riley 24.
Okay, and that would be at S Riley 24.
Yes, at S Riley 24.
Okay, and thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to take a break right now.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. It was great talking with you.
All righty. Okay. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.